Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone.
So how are we all doing today, guys? It has been 6 months since I first bought this beautiful Benelli TNT 125. So I cannot believe that it's been 6 months now since I've owned this motorcycle, and it has been a fantastic 6 months at that. So in those 6 months I have uploaded so many videos surrounding this bike. Some videos from installing the works exhaust to also the 0 to 60 of this bike too. And so far I have had nothing but pleasure from this bike. It has been such a fantastic piece of machinery, and I think that whole stigma surrounding Chinese motorcycles is finally starting to wear off. Because even though it has been built in China, it is still a fantastic motorcycle, and the quality of the parts have been brilliant. Now, as you can see, I have had a little bit of a collision, which you can see in that video here. But when I hit the ground, no metal snapped, nothing like that. The speedo came loose, which I had to glue back together, and then also the plastics that broke off. But other than this bit here, and also this little scratch at the back and a little scratch there isn't too much damage. So let me just point out first a few good parts about the bike. It is a wheelie machine. It has no problem getting the front wheel up whatsoever. It looks and it sounds amazing. The build quality, as I said, is as good standard as a Japanese bike. And as you can see, it sits slightly higher than a Grom does, so it's far more comfortable on long rides. Now I'm going to talk you through a few of the things I really don't like about this bike, and here they are. So first of all, it has to be the chain that is fitted on. It rusts like nobody's business and needs constant lubrication. Now here's another problem that was meant to bring up in a recent video. Here is the spark plug lead, and I'm not joking, you guys. Every now and again when I come to ride my bike, it's hanging out just like that, just hanging there. And I've noticed a few times when I've ridden out on it and I've had to pop it back in, but the performance of it increases because it's just been hanging out like that and it's not been connecting properly. So that's another thing I really need to change on it, because those are crap. And probably the biggest thing that I haven't yet got to changing is the tyres. They are cordial nylon crappy Chinese tyres, which usually comes with any standard Chinese bike. Nasty, rubbish tyres. Change them. I need to do that. For these bikes, usually the best tyres to go for are the Michelin Pilots, which I'm going to be buying as well. But there are other various tyres out there. In my 6 months of owning this bike, I have had one glitchy problem. Oh, actually 2 glitchy problems. There are the squeaky brake calipers. Now, I'm not sure whether that's because the piston is actually sticking or what, but I need to sort that out. Once I get the tyres changed, I'll get them to look it over as well. And then there are the fuel injectors. Well, at least I think it's the fuel injectors, unless it's been because of this not connecting properly. But there's been a couple of times where I've gone to start it up, waited for the jets to prime, and it's just not kicked in. And then after waiting a few more seconds, it's kicked in. So I don't know whether that's because the fuel injectors or it's because of the spark plug not being connected properly. But that has been another issue. Not major, nothing serious, you know, it's not really bothered me whatsoever. So a few different mods that I have added are the mirrors and also the levers as well. Now I did have a red one as well as this one, but that actually snapped off when I had my crash, as you can see. There we go, but I had a new one for that. So there are just a couple of the mods that I've had, as well as the works exhaust that I told you about. And that's pretty much it for now. Now what I will be doing is a tail tidy and also the changing of the tyres. And then what I will be doing is getting rid of these body panels. Now I've decided for when I get these body panels, I'm actually going to have them white, just on here. and then take the stickers off, because I think it'll give it a good mean look. Now, considering I went down with quite a bit of a thud when I crashed my motorcycle, nothing happened to the lights, everything stayed intact, no bulbs went or anything like that, so I'm quite surprised with the build quality of the headlight. Now, the headlight is okay, I guess, but I would say it acts more like a torch than anything else. Luckily, I don't really ride my motorcycle at night, because really I don't have to commute to work with it, so that's not too much of an issue for me. As for fuel, I've been getting just under 200 miles on a £5 tank of fuel, which fills it right up. So as for economy, that is not too bad whatsoever, but it's a 125, and you could probably go further if you didn't rag it, so that's pretty good. Now, another thing I've been asked a lot about this bike is, will I be too tall to ride the bike? Now, I'm 6 foot and I'm worried that I'll be too tall to ride the bike. Well, I've had my friend who is 6 foot tall ride this bike, and he's been absolutely fine on it. He even said it's a very comfortable ride, and from my point of view, looking at him on the bike, he does not look silly at all, he just suits it well. So I don't think you'll have a problem with being a taller rider. So yeah guys, I've had it for 6 months now, and I am not bored of it whatsoever. In fact, I look forward to making many more mods on it and just maxing that out. And I'll probably even still own it when I get a bigger bike, because I just enjoy it so much, and it's one of the best bikes I have ever owned by far. Benelli have really done a great job of this bike, and it truly tells just by looking at the quality of the parts. And just look at it. How can you get a better looking 125 than that? It looks absolutely amazing. And you got to remember guys, this costs £2,000 for a bike that looks like that, for a bike that has great build quality. It's pretty much as good as a Japanese bike. If you're looking towards buying a Benelli TNT 125, then really you need to look no further, because these are fantastic bikes. And I really do prefer him than the Grom, because the Grom was going to be my first choice of bike, and then I seen this, and it's just so much better in my opinion. But anyway guys, I'm going to practice a couple of wheelies now, so stick along if you want to. If not, I will see you again in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also tap that bell on, because it'll notify you of any more videos coming up in the future, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye! Hell yeah, boy!